PI may already have existing grants in place at their current institution. And those are actually much more common occurrences than new submissions. So for those, it's very important that the administrators between one institution and the other are talking to one another. And we usually count on the PI to make these connections. Usually there is a analysis that is done jointly between the two sets of administrators in collaboration to determine what is the best way to analyze the portfolio and determine which awards will transfer, which awards will stay in the old institution, and how to handle things. Different aspects of the awards come into play here. On one hand, it's sponsors, regulations, and sponsors' appetite for transferring an award from one institution to another. Because if you think about it, a sponsor has agreed that the research will be performed at a particular place with the facilities that are in that place. So a sponsor may not be willing to allow us to transfer to another institution that has a different set of facilities, or maybe they will welcome it. So we don't know, and we have to look into that. Another consideration that we usually take into play here is the dates and dollars remaining of the existing awards. Does it make sense to transfer an award that is near its end and most of the project has been brought to completion? Or does it make more sense to let it run out in the old institution? If a few months are remaining, often at Harvard, we allow the PI to retain PI rights for a few months after their departure in order to just wrap up a project and not deal with transferring when there is only a few months remaining or very little dollars remaining. It is important, though, when we transfer awards from different institutions that we get a full picture of the awards that are coming into our departments. Often we need the approved sponsor budgets from the very beginning, as well as some kind of analysis of what has been spent to date and how it compares to the approved budget. It is also very important that the original proposal files are provided to the new institution, because sometimes it matters. It allows us to see what the original intention of the awards were and the projects were, and make sure that we fulfill those at the new place. It is also important to compare what effort the PIs committed originally for the awards and whether they were able to meet that effort, or whether the new institution is responsible for catching up with any unfulfilled effort commitment. So that is very important, because in the end, the sponsors care about the research being conducted. And if they agree to transfer an award, it's more important that the project is successful, and effort for the PI is one of the most important elements of that. Finally, regional award letters are really good to have, because usually it's the first award letters and notices of award that contain the entirety of the terms and conditions for these awards. Any modifications are also very important to have on hand and be provided by the old institution to the new. A couple of other considerations for award transfers. There are different ways to transfer awards. Most typically for federal sponsors, what we do is we relinquish the award in one institution and we start a brand new award into the other institution. And that is often combined with a revised budget, for example, of the remaining funds. This makes our accounting very clean, because the old institution cares about anything that was accomplished during the stay of the PI at the old institution. And then the new institution can start fresh with the remaining dollars and the remaining commitments and go forth. We hardly ever see an award being transferred from one institution to another without relinquishing the old one first and setting up a new award. However, there are times where, as I mentioned, either due to dates and dollars or even other considerations, maybe facilities, it may be better that the original institution would find a substitute PI who can take the place of the PI who is transferring, and then subaward part of the project to the new institution. We see a fair share of those as well. And for some projects, that is a much better approach than transferring the whole award. That is particularly true when it comes to staff who needs to be supported in the old institution. So oftentimes we would do a change of PI at the old institution and a new subaward to the new institution under the transferring PI.